This tutorial is going to go over codominance problems. So remember with codominance, both alleles are actually dominant. Therefore, the heterozygous form, you're going to see both traits come up. So in this example, they're talking about cattle. So in the heterozygous form, you're going to see red and white together. It's called roan. So here's the example problem. In cattle, if a homozygous red coat, which is represented by capital R allele, cow, is mated with a homozygous white coat cow, so that's capital W allele, the offspring will appear roan, red and white hairs mixed, due to codominance of the red and white coat color alleles. What would be the result of a cross between a roan bull and a white female cow? Answer the following questions. So let's first go over the genotypes. So remember, for every genotype, you have two alleles, one from each parent. So if it is red, then that's going to be capital R, and that's because it tells you capital R up top. And then white would be WW, that shows right here. And then remember with codominance, it's the heterozygous form that shows both. So that would be capital R, capital W. It does not matter if you guys write it capital R, capital W, or if you wrote it like this. It's the same thing. As long as they have one of each, then it's the roan, which is showing codominance. So then you want to look at the information that they're asking. So they want you to cross a roan bull with a white female. Okay, so we already know roan genotype looks like that. So I'm just going to put that on. And then white is the WW. So I'm going to put that on the other side. And then you're going to then put them together to show fertilization. So I'll just write the capital R first. Okay, and then you go on to answer the following questions. So here will be the questions they would like you to answer. Genotypic ratio, phenotypic ratio, and then probability. So remember, the genotype is the actual letter combinations and how many of each. So in this case, we have 0 RRs to then 2 RWs to then 2 WWs. So this is what you guys would write on your worksheets, but often you could just write 2 capital R, capital W's, or 2 WWs. So then phenotypic ratio, what does it look like? So in this case, you would say 0 red, 2 roan. So remember, roan is the red and white together. And then 2 white. So then an example of a probability problem would be, what's the probability of getting a white calf or cattle? So in this case, remember, probability you can write as a fraction or as a percent. So if we want white, here would be the whites. So it would be 2 out of the 4 or 50%. Here's our next example problem. In some chickens, the gene for feather color is controlled by codominance. If a black feathered chicken, which is capital B allele, is crossed with a white feathered chicken, which is capital W allele, the offspring will be erminate, both black and white together. So we can call that checkered. What would be the results of a cross between a checkered chicken and a black chicken? Answer the following questions. So again, let's just go over the genotypes. For every genotype, you need 2 alleles, one from each parent. So they're telling us here that big B stands for black. So that means homozygous for the capital B is black. Then white was WW, because it's given right here. And then again, if you have one of each, you can write it this way, or you guys could write it that way. Either way, it's the same thing. That would be both black and white together. So we can just say it's checkered. So then you read the problem again and you underline the important stuff. So we got checkered chicken crossed with black. So again, checkered would be big B, big W, and then black would be the 2 capital B's. Put them together. Okay, and then we would answer the following questions. So the genotypic ratio, again, letter combinations. So we would have two big B's, to then two capital B, W, to then 0, WW. So then phenotypic ratio, we have 2 black to 2, we can call it, you guys can write black or white and white together, or you can just call it checkered. And then we had 0 white. And then probability of getting a white chicken would be 0 out of 4 or 0%. You don't have any WWs in here. None. I hope this helps. If you guys have any questions, please email me.